What are you looking forward to in a set like this? I'm a little new to the rule set, so help me out here.
So I'm looking for a couple things, and one, I think I can offset your Dead Future preference because I do love Dead Future, but I've also been a longtime fan of Bombom as well. So I think we're gonna balance out real nice here. And I think what we can expect is being able to see in crystal clear clarity. I've never watched the killer perspective of Freddy, but there's no fog. Look at how crystal clear this is. It's like I have filters on.
It's so cool. I know. I played a Freddy match the other day. I was doing some just play scrims, so I did some random pub matches. Some of the maps look awesome from the dream world. Like, look at this. It's so pretty. It's like the sunset looks nicer. Anyways, Dino ran over, kicked out some of the doors in main. I am surprised not to see Bamboozle. Am I crazy with that? I don't know. That seems strange pick to me.
Either Bamboozle or the other one, Crowd Control, is also a fan favorite, especially for this map. But getting a really good teleport and tag on the Lori, I don't think they got a call out that there was a teleport coming in. That's an early tag, but they do have main building. And like you said, there is no Bamboozle nor Crowd Control. Oh, but setting up... Oh, they called it!
That's my boy Dino. That was like, okay, listen. Being, again, a very amateur comp player myself, you play certain teams and you get used to the paranoia of head-on coming in. That was some really, really good foresight of setting up those what do you call those?
I believe they're called
dream traps. Yeah. Whatever they are. Really good puddles, sure. I mean, that's what they are. They're blood puddles, right? Yeah. Really good foresight setting them up, not quite getting that swing on that window, and still continuing the chase here. We have 2 fresh tags. Sloppy Butcher is in play. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, great teleport.
They must have thought he was faking it, I guess.
It's possible. They do need it down, but the Sloppy Butcher's really starting to come into effect here as these survivors are getting pushed away. Ruin regressing the Gallows gen as it was nearly complete. Honestly, Killer has a lot of pressure. We're about to exit the Corrupt, and there's a lot of resources already wasted for these survivors. And, oh my god, it's going down under the pallet, and they are going to go for this first hook. Boil? I hate this perk so much. Boil over just needs to die.
I hate this perk! I'm so glad you said that. Boil over? Listen. Not far be it from me to condone any BM. Someone runs Boil over, they get a friendly little smack or a nopers from me on hook. I'm just saying, it's one or the other. I don't appreciate it.
You know, I think that's pretty based of you.
Okay, hot take. Everyone ready for the hot take of the day?
Oh no, I'm scared.
Both, not including Ruin gets broken there. Not including the new annoying public meta of the Weave. What's it called? What's his?
Weave Attunement Franklin's.
Weave Attunement. Taking Weave Attunement out of it, Franklin's demise is a bad perk that's annoying. Boil over is a bad perk that's annoying. Neither of them are good. They're just annoying. That's my hot take of the day.
You know, I will get back to you on that as some really good juking coming here from Gallifake, but ultimately going down. And the question is, do gens get completed? Nobody's on a gen right now.
Oh, no. Ruin got broken, so that's something.
True.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely incredible job from the Freddy so far. First gen has gone down in the meantime, though. And, okay, getting back to Franklin's. So my issue is that I think Franklin's is good if the item meta is really high. Like, right now, there's a ton of syringes and a ton of really good toolboxes that I'm seeing. If I don't see more than 3 items of that caliber, I don't bring Franklin's. It's just, yeah, I feel like it's wasted otherwise.
No, I agree with that. In fact, I was complaining last night about I lost a match specifically due to a syringe, and they were like, "It's just an item." I'm like, "Come on, man, come on." Anyway,
I get a lot of flack for this. My hot take: items are perks, and you can fight me on that one. Survivors don't get 16 perks; they get 20. Anyway.
Yeah, and also, okay, so the problem is everything balances. It's like the argument. Wow, we're getting way off track here. The argument is like, oh, well, why don't you just play Blight or play Billy? You know, like, okay, I was playing Vecna. He's a A or B tier, depending on where you stand.
High B.
He ain't S tier, that's for sure. High B is where I'd put him too. I agree, but like. Yeah, there's a couple of add-on. Anyways, my point is that brand new parts and syringes are way stronger than anything you can way more game-changing than anything you can bring on as a killer. Anyways, getting back to it. Both of those 2 hooks came in. Both of them were pain reses. We've only got 1 gen done so far. We did just take a hit, and we're running back to this very, very strong main building. Getting a nice fast vault there. Does Dino commit here, or does he decide to go back?
I think you have to. Oh, but they break the 3 gen. Yeah, I think you have to commit at this point. You need another down. What's surprising is they had a really good early set of downs. I'm surprised they didn't camp at second stage or like try and force something. Maybe they were worried that the trade would come in and it'd be really frustrating. I'm not sure, but third hook coming in.
Well, with Sloppy Butcher and with Freddy's questionable mobility, like more mobile than some killers for sure, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
The fact that you can't teleport to a finish generator means that as the match goes on, your teleport gets weaker. But spreading tags, hit and run, I mean, it's not quite a Wraith gameplay, but it's not the worst thing you could possibly do. He did get quite a few tags, and those resets took quite a bit longer thanks to Sloppy Butcher. Now he seems maybe content. He's got a middle hook. He's got eyes on most of the gens, and we've got a death here if they don't come into a double unhook pretty soon. Well, not doesn't be a double unhook. Could do a trade.
Could do a trade, and they do seem to be setting up for a double save potentially. And we do see a gen being worked on in the meantime, so they will go in for the. But again, it's going to be so much time wasted as both of those are sloppy hits.
Double sloppies, yeah, exactly.
And that is.
Did Shack Pallet get dropped?
It did, yes. So Shack Pallet is gone. This is my biggest gripe with Freddy, is that I feel like they really over nerfed him, and I feel like his puddles should not have been nerfed to the degree they were, because they don't slow down the survivor hardly at all.
Well, and I don't like the fact that you can only have 5. I think it's 5, right?
I think it's 7.
Is it 7?
I thought it was 7. Maybe it's only 5. I thought it was more than that.
I think they changed it. I could be wrong.
Goodness.
I'll have to check it later. I could.
Oh my goodness, Ace
gets
away.
We didn't talk about add-ons. The obvious, you have to have the paintbrush.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Paintbrush every time.
What's the green one there? That's teleport comes back faster, I think, right?
I don't actually know if it's teleport come back faster or if skill checks missed in the dream state actually regress more.
That's the dress, so that's
why.
Oh,
that's the dress. Okay.
Green dress. So I think that is.
Yeah, that's the teleport then.
Again, I was doing some scrims the other day and trying to figure out what the heck to bring, because that's the other thing. They nerfed all of his add-ons.
Yeah.
The only really good add-on is the red paintbrush. For those of you who don't know, red paintbrush starts off the survivors in the dream world, and again, Freddy can only use his dream snares while they're asleep in the dream world. And also, when a skill check is missed, which it's not something you want to do, but there could be a strategic reason for it. Normally, a skill check, missed skill check, will set off. Ooh. Oh, the tag will wake them up. Anyways, that's going to be the kill on.
Yeah, Gallowfake's gone back to the campfire.
A3.
I think it's A3.
Yeah.
Ooh, but they're gonna finish some gens in the meantime, though. I think gens 3 and 4 are gonna be going down momentarily, choosing to go for the Gallows gen, and that's. No, I faked it. They actually went to the one that needed to be stopped. That's actually a really good read.
It's a really good read. So everybody's injured. Sloppy Butcher is applied. Some of them may have worn off, as you know now. Sloppy Butcher is a mangled and hemorrhage are on timers as opposed to permanent. This pallet is still down.
Ooh.
Great mind game by Dino, though.
Yeah,
so
good tag over the top.
4K1, 4K2 here?
It depends on if this is a pain res. If this is a pain res, this is likely 4K2 potentially, depending on how the survivors play it. Just because that gen in the corner is going to be regressing, but it's not a pain res. So that means that gen is not going to be regressing nearly as much as it could. Survivors will likely be able to come over here and finish it off.
Dino will, again, pimping out my boy Dino here. He's got great map awareness. He's very aware of the fact that there was no gen progress while that chase was going on, because the gen popped and then both people healed. So he's very aware
there was a reset.
that there was no gen progress in the middle of that. So he doesn't really need to, oh, are they on Gallows? Oh, are they here? Oh, are they there? He knows where they were and what they were doing. So.
That's a good point. Looks like they are at the top of Saloon, though, starting to work on that gen. You could technically leave that survivor on hook and work on gens in the meantime, but yeah, I think with this chase, they're going to go in for the unhook, and there we see the unhook on Lori, chasing Adam at main building. Not having to worry about head on this time, though.
The scary thing is, so I agree with you. The right move for the survivors there, if Freddy's going to face camp the hook, is finish a generator and get more points for your team.
Ooh, you see that puddle going, though.
Adam is death hook. That's smart, by the way. Again, really smart plays by Dino, leaving that puddle there.
Absolutely.
Is he gonna hit this? What's the ping look like? Adam's dead.
Adam is dead, but they can't afford this gen. They want to make sure that's a 4K2 instead of 4K1. Wait, they're both here. They're gonna commit to it. They actually.
Oh!
That's 4K1 though. They did the gen, but it's 4K1 now.
Smart. It's a very smart move. Very, very smart move. So that's looking like, yeah, 4K1. Well done. Well done by the survivors, because 4K1 is a strong Freddy, but it's not. 4K2, I would say, is forget about it. I don't know. Forget about it. I feel like
against the Freddy, there's nothing. Yeah.
4K2,
yeah. Right? I will say the one difference here is that the survivors not being able to finish the 4th gen means that the Dead Future Survivor Squad is actually in a good spot, because that means Freddy can't take NOED to secure the victory. If it was 4K0, you can take NOED and try and clutch it at the end, but that's not going to happen here.
That is true. That is true. So there comes the 4th down. Unbreakable is banned on this set, so that's going to be the 4K1. Really good job for the survivors pulling that out. Dino with an amazing start. Couple tags at the beginning, some quick downs, manages to get some regression with pain res, and managed to pull off a 4K1 with arguably one of the weakest killers in the game.
Yeah, really good job. Again, the one thing that's going for Freddy here is that they do have that pseudo verticality that main building presents as a problem sometimes. Usually it's especially like if you are a cannibal or just literally any M1 killer that has no mobility or verticality, but at least you can teleport to the top there, and we did see them take advantage of that a couple times, teleporting up to get an early tag on Lori in the beginning of the game, teleporting up there a second time to chase Adam off of it while they go for the unhook. So again, really well done to both these teams, but I will say I think 4K1 is still definitely a really strong result. I would expect, I would say the average for this killer would probably be like maybe, what, 3K, but between 2K8 and 3K10?
I would say if I were playing Freddy and I got 8 to 10 hooks, I would be happy as Freddy. That's what I think. By the way, how about the rookie here? Rule set. If he bleeds out, he's losing points here. Correct?
I do believe so. I don't believe this. Oh, the survivor's been hooked once, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this is Lori that's bleeding out. So yeah, they've been hooked once. So the killer only loses out on 1 point in this scenario. It's not that scenario where it's a fresh bleed out. A fresh bleed out is massive because that's 3 points lost to the killer. But 2-stage bleed out, it's not nearly as bad. Essentially, it's 1 point per stage instead of the full 3, 2, 1.
Right, but in a situation where we're talking about who wins and loses the set,
this would make a 4K1. Yeah, if the other side gets a 4K1 straight up, then the 1 point will cost them.
They'll win by 1 point. Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
but
it's like getting a hatch escape, right? Like I 4K2'd, but a hatch escape. Okay, so that changes the dynamics of the. It's not a clean 4K2. This won't be a clean 4K1, without finding this. And where?
And it's on the opposite side of the map. This Lori has crawled.
She's gonna bleed.
Unless something miraculous happens, yeah, this is going to be a bleed out. So it'll be 1 point off. So it'll be 23-8, which honestly gives a little bit of wiggle room, because that means the 4K1 is not a tie anymore. But again, if they finish 5 gens, you still win. So I think the win con for Dead Future here is definitely very attainable with this result of 4K1. But again, not to count out Bombom, because Bombom's pretty good. They played in the Community Cups before. I want to say, I might be wrong. I thought they might have won a Community Cup previously, so it is entirely possible. Oh, we saw Freddy on the corner.
Oh yeah, he was going over to Gallows, but I think it's too late. It's very close. I can't believe she crawled this fall. That was nuts. Okay, so that is going to be a 4K1 with 1 less point.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We are loading in for trial number 2. It is Return of the Freddy, and we were talking about this earlier. It's going to be a bit of a tall ask for this killer to be able to return fire and get a 4K1.
So my understanding, as I have been told by the voice in my ear, the teams this time did not go through the standard pick and ban. They kind of just came to a friendly agreement on which killers to pick. Did Bombom know that Dino apparently has never, ever been outed in comp as Freddy? Because you wouldn't think that was the case, because he's not exactly S-tier killer, but that is a fact. That is a fact. I think they got bamboozled. I think they got played.
That's a fair point. Going in... Hello, head-on. It never never not jump scare me. Like, for real, though. But yeah, that is a fair point. No one would expect you to be, I don't know, a pocket Freddy monster, so kind of crazy that that's the way it worked out, but we'll see how they respond, and Survivor's doing a really good job. And that's the other scary thing, is the same thing for Eternal with Nightlight's Nurse and other pockets. That means that Dead Future is used to playing against a really insane Freddy, which means they've got extra practice against a killer like this.
It is true, and again, like, you know, in my experience, my team that I played for was not very strong. I'm an Oni gamer. I like lots of killers, but Oni's definitely, if I pick one, it's my Oni.
Okay.
They sucked against Oni, and now like they'll, you know, 6 hooks is like an average game for them on Oni, which is a very good Oni set. You know, like, you know, 6 is good. Occasionally they would get 4K, but it's because you go against that, you get good at that, and yeah,
exactly.
You're not wrong. Dino being great at Freddy. I mean, how do you be that good at Freddy? Like,
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Like, I played this killer a lot back in the day, but it was because they were like an entirely different, better killer than they are now. And first down coming in right as Corrupt Intervention expires, but they do finish their first gen. Now the question:
a ping vault? Sorry, I didn't mean to. But was that a ping vault? Because he medium vaulted through the TL there.
Well, okay, so it's something we've always mentioned before. When it comes to medium vaults, even if you're through the window, there is whereas fast vaults don't have this, there is a genuine lingering hitbox on that vault location. So if you swing through into the vault, you will get that hit almost 9 times out of 10. It's a medium vault, and there's a lingering hitbox to it.
Right, what I meant by that, though, is he vaulted and then vaulted back, but I think the double vault came in because the first vault was a medium when it should have been a fast vault. That's what I'm confused about.
The first vault, they were still under the effect of the blood puddle.
See, there you go. Okay, see, thank you. That explains it, because I was confused.
They got slowed down, so that's the one thing the puddle did do. Probably, not setting that puddle. Yeah, see, it just doesn't feel like it slows them that much. If it's like a 0.2% hitter, then it's not really that great, but... Oh my goodness, the swing and whip. They finally get the tag, though. Good grief.
Oh my goodness. We didn't talk about the build. Unfortunately, fortunately, we do see Save the Best for Last in action here. 0 stacks, having just tagged Finesse the Obsession there. So no Stabival active right now. We also see Eruption and Pain Res to go with Corrupt. So looks like we didn't really get a camp on here, so then don't know if they felt like they could camp.
One gen went down. Yeah, you can't camp on 1 gen going down, and 2nd gen going down too.
Very true. So this is his tunnel out, though, so maybe get some sort of a tunnel going there. Man, they are
possibly
really, really interesting palette play here.
Absolutely is. And so I think the idea was maybe get a survivor down, and if they got a quick down, which they know they need a snowball here. Otherwise, usually the other perk of choice to try and snowball is Devour Hope. Obviously they didn't take Devour Hope here because there's no totems in the game, but maybe their idea was get an early down, maybe get another tag or 2 on survivors, and then in the event they try to come in for a body or a save or a body block, maybe trying to spring that on them, getting a 2nd down and able to tunnel out. Like randomly, Sabiffle can really come back and bite, but not currently.
The only thing I don't like about it is that, like, you have to avoid. In order for that to happen, you're 100% right. But in order for that to happen, you have to avoid hitting one of the survivors. You have to avoid hitting Finesse, and it becomes this, and you don't want to avoid hitting Finesse, and it just seems like. Sometimes you wind up hitting that, and God forbid the survivor. Oh, little teabag from Dino after the FTP there. Oh my goodness!
But it changed them to the Obsession, so they lost their stacks again.
Oh no, that's so funny. Also, I think someone has any means. Somebody has any means necessary.
That is not uncommon on this map, especially given that you can reset the pallet right off a saloon. And then someone goes down under it, you drop down, get the pallet stun, and then you can reset it before the stun ends.
Right. Oh, I didn't even see him teleporting there. My goodness.
Yeah, the teleports really don't show up that well.
Yeah, I didn't see him doing it. So I gotta tell you, right away, a couple things I noticed. The difference between, Dino, who is kind of apparently quite the cracked Freddy. One, he was throwing random teleports out that people thought. I think the comms must have been, hey, he's chasing me, that's a fake teleport. And then he full sent it and got a tag. And on that same note, no Sloppy Butcher. here.
True, the resets are a lot easier.
Yeah, I don't know. I just that the Sloppy Butcher, Dino got so much value out of Sloppy Butcher, and yet we don't see it on this build. So that's very interesting.
That's a good point. Chasing Ace off of this gen in the back, getting kind of no man's land. I feel like the game's slowly slipping away. The what do you call it? The pressure just isn't there. You've got a survivor dead, like, but you're just not chasing after him. So like, I'm not really sure what the plan is here.
Well, it is rough, like having that for the people come in and get your heal, the heal come in, is really unfortunate. But again, at the time, before he downed Dino, he had a couple stacks of Stabiffle. He had the tools. Sorry, I'm saying he. I don't know Gallo. I might be messing up pronouns here, but Gallo had the tools to continue that tunnel out, and decided instead to switch it up. And now we're sitting at 2 gens remaining. 1 hook on Dino and 2 hooks on Fancy. I think it was Fancy, wasn't it? No, sorry, it was it Nia? I forget. Oh my goodness.
I think it was Nia, if I want to say, but finally going down under the pallet. But that's the question is, yep, that's what I was worried about. No, they didn't get the proc.
He body blocked it. I didn't think I thought she had that all day.
I was about to say, yeah, usually you do, because, you know, whenever I'm playing Killer, survivors can reach literally through your body to drop that pallet on you, and that didn't end up happening here, so very lucky for them. They're actually able to chase survivors off the generators. Surprisingly, not as much progress as I would have expected for this situation. See if they're able to bring it back still, as there's still a couple gens they need to check on. Apply Eruption. They're almost out of Pain Resonance at this point, too.
That was a big swing, though, missing that save. Because, I mean, okay, so he was playing the short side of the pallet, was Finesse. So, there goes 2 stacks to Bell. Finesse was playing the short side of the pallet, so, yeah, a hit could come in. But allowing yourself to go down under pallet, intending for that not to be an actual down, and missing that's a pretty big swing. So, we should see if Gallo can make anything happen from it.
Indeed. Resources being wasted in the dead zone. They do actually go for the teleport, and they do get a tag on Nia, able to chase them away from the generator. Survivors are more injured, but again, I imagine Dino's going to be getting reset by Finesse any moment now. And they still need to push survivors away from this area. The gen setup's actually not the worst, especially for Freddy. This is about as close as you're going to get to a 4-gen.
I also gotta wonder. I'm gonna. Oh, that was a quick drop. That's gonna be a down. I don't know if the survivors will have been able to identify Stabiffle yet, too. So knowing that, you got a lot more experience than I do here. As survivors, do you always send in the obsession to take hits, assuming that, like, just at the chance it might be Stabiffle?
No.
Or does that not come into play till you identify it?
Not really. I'm about to say, and it depends on if you identify it. You could be at full stacks, and survivors just don't look for it sometimes. Generally, when I think that it's really observable is around 5 stacks, but yeah, like even now they might have not called it out until a moment ago. But now I don't necessarily know if you send in the obsession per se. But oh, actually, wait, I forgot they were death hook. This might be a turn of events.
This is big. So, from the survivor's point of view now, I think what the goal is obviously you want to get all the gens done, but there is a turning point where you start playing for your win condition, right?
Right. Yeah. And right now, again, 4K1 is not necessarily a win condition because of the bleed out that happened. So you've actually got to get 2 more gens done. And the Freddy knows this. They know they have to finish 2 gens to win. Even if 1 more gen completes, they know they still win this set. So the pressure's actually really on the survivors at the moment.
I think he's going to take this teleport. Yep.
Yep. Oh, they get that tag.
Oh! Through the pallet stun.
It's a dirty
It's looking
hit.
a little dire. It's looking a little dire. We've got, we're rocking 7 stacks of Stabiffle now, too, so lots of snowball potential. Everybody's injured. That generator's rocking away at about 90%.
Yep.
And they finished the generator.
Yeah,
that
Dino
was ballsy.
snuck back. Yeah, Dino snuck back in the
Very
meantime.
gutsy. Okay. So we are currently at a maybe tie situation right now as far as potential points go. But again, with that bleed out, the survivors, to clinch this victory, they have to get the last gen done. Everybody's injured. at this point, you need a pretty decent chase while 2 people reset is the best bet I've got here. We've got 6 hooks all day, so nobody else is on death hook, I don't believe. I think it's been 1 hook for everybody.
I believe there's been at least 1 hook for everybody, yes.
So everybody's on first hook.
So have to see what happens here as they are out of pain resonance. The reset is coming through somewhere. Killer, I feel like, is actually in a really good spot at the moment. They've got a lot of the pressure, and the reset does come through on Ace and Dwight.
They must have. I imagine they healed at main, so pretty.
Yeah, back of main most likely. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Gallo just putting down eruption on all these generators, making sure that the next down will interrupt and give him some information. Oh, Dino!
There's
Dino
that enemy's
over
necessary.
Here. He is forklift certified, lifting those pallets, and starting to work on this gen down near the water tower.
It's a good idea that gives them a really safe avenue to run to again. So really good job setting up that, and we will probably see them start to slowly try and cat and mouse these gens, but once you pre-run, you can teleport back. I imagine they'll try and go for a tag if it's feasible. No, let's say they're going to teleport after all. The question is, do you try and heal in the back here? We see Ace. They will probably be able to get to center, but again, with those stacks of Sabiffle, the chase is not going to go nearly as well as this Survivor's probably hoping for. They didn't drop the pallets.
That's when they'd called out Stabiffle. If it hasn't been called out yet, that was the moment.
Yeah, for
sure. Because Finesse knows, wow, I didn't get any distance.
No,
Jack
no
is
distance
still a strong
at all.
area, but no pallet. This pallet is still up back here, though. Oh, no, it's absolutely not. That's right. It went down in the Maria chase. My bad.
All good.
That will be another down.
The only thing I'm worried about now is I think this gen's actually been kicked a good number of times, so I don't know how much they can apply eruption to it anymore. No, that was the other gen. I'm sorry, they completed the gen that had a lot of kicks. They've still got like maybe 1 or 2 more eruption procs on that generator, but now able to hook relatively. They got the choice. I would go to basement personally, but that's just me.
I thought that gen right here had quite a few kicks, but the spikes didn't come up when he came by. I don't know if that's a spectator bug or not. Because
this gen was the one that got kicked. Yeah, this is the one that got kicked a lot,
I'm
so not the other one. They do get the unhook on Ace in the meantime, but that means both the survivors at that generator are very much able to be killed. They did leave. Both survivors that are death hook heading towards the main building.
I didn't like this last time when they unhooked Maria in the deep desert area by that one generator. Ace stayed there. I don't know if Maria was back there as well or whatnot. I think you reset instantly. I think you have. Oh, there's the head-on play comes in. Still scary though, because whoever head-oned, yeah, it was that Finesse? Is injured, or is that Maria? It's Maria. No, it's Finesse.
No, it was Finesse. Yeah, you had it right. Again, able to use this pallet, and I don't think the Freddy realizes that if they don't kick that, it's just going to be used next time. But they do get attacked through the window.
Dino's running in the wrong direction, though. We got, again, big deal in comp is not how you die, not it's how long you die. Obviously, how long. It's where you die, and they keep dying in their generators because of these 8 stacks, now 4 stacks, of Save the Best for Last. And we're getting down to it. That is going to be
second hook for
Dino's
Dino.
Second hook. Is that 2 hooks on everybody?
I want to say
is the counter wrong? I think
hook
the counter's wrong.
The hook counter is always wrong. It's been bugged for over a month now. It's just a spectator issue. So yeah, everybody's
dead on hook.
Yeah. Yep. And Freddy definitely sitting in a good spot here as, again, the survivors do have to finish a gen in order to clutch this set. Honestly, with the gen progress the way it is, you can camp this. Because the survivors have to come in for a double save, and that means they're not doing gens. And if you go for a hook trade, well, then somebody dies.
So, my brain always goes to this. We're looking at a hatch exit situation potentially here. We do get to see the unhook coming in. There is one door. I just checked the doors. That's what I was going to say. I just scouted the doors. So there goes 2 more stacks of Stabiffle. Stabiffle is out of play at this point. There is a door right by the water tower that was where the hook was, and there is a door in the deep desert at the I don't like using clock when I'm casting, but at the sort of 7 o'clock corner there, if you count main to be around 12.
Yeah.
Oh, the medium vault, and that's going to be Maria dead.
Maria's going to be going down, and unless Ace is in this locker ready for a head-on, nope. I imagine they're working on Jet, but only 30% of the way on that generator as Dino's going to be healing themselves. It is looking more and more like Bombom will be taking set number 1.
A lot can change, though. A lot can change. And also, now the spikes are up on this. So, I think this one is getting there. Because we were kicking that gen near the beginning of the match, too. Yeah. Probably at about 5. Maybe 5. Eruption goes down 6. But next time Eruption comes in, it's game over. So.
Agreed. Worth noting, too, is I want to say the exit gates aren't particularly great. I don't know if you can actually look at both of them at the same time. So there might be an exit gate attempt on the horizon. Again, you would need only 1 stage to get out here, because that would be a 2-point difference. So if it comes down to a hatch game and someone can escape through the exit gate somehow, then you can pull it back and Dead Future can clutch set 1. But right now, it's looking and feeling like a Bombom win.
That's some really good sleuthing by Gallo here. Just sniffs out the ace crouching there, and this is going to be the end of it. So now going into and he greeds the pallet.
Very ballsy.
If he can make this last another second, he's going to have to leave this chase.
I don't know.
He's going to be. Oh,
you get the eruption.
No, I know, but if let's say he gets a stun there, he might have felt paranoid about going back at that point, right? But
they see the aura.
Eruption.
Oh, that's brutal.
Perk. Honestly, I think that's the better, like the 2 effects of Eruption. I think that's the better one. 10% is 9 seconds, right? 9 seconds of gen progress. But
I think you get 10 seconds of aura reading.
Yeah, knowing exactly where to go is way more game changing, I think. I don't know.
I would tend to agree. And the difference here is that if this survivor bleeds out, they were worth 1 point anyway for the stage, so it's going to be the same no matter what. So unless Dino's able to make a crazy loop here, last for 4 minutes, and then somehow get hatch, Bombom, I think, is taking... Nope, never mind. Bombom will be taking set number 1 here. Also, this was a really grindy game. This was... take a gander. How long do you think this game was?
Oh, jeez. I don't know. So in my mind, a 4K typically, an average 4K is about 12 minutes, I guess. This is probably a 20-minute game, I would guess. It's pretty long.
When it comes to the close, you might actually be dead on accurate, because as of right now, it just crossed the 19-minute mark. There's been a lot of really long games today.
So as much as Dino's never been outed as Freddy, we just got 2 4K ones on Fredward. Shocking turn of events, but really, really great matches from both Survivor teams and both killers. Very exciting, very fun. What do we got up next? I think we're going to Midwich Elementary School, I believe, are we not?
We are going to Midwich, and it's going to be a pig mirror, which... Again, I do really enjoy Midwich. I'm really looking forward to how Midwich is going to be shaken up with the upcoming Dracula chapter, as there was a rework to the hallways and some other aspects of it. So I'm really curious about that, because again, the biggest issue with Midwich as a stealth map is obviously those long hallways, survivors can see you coming from a mile away. So suddenly, not having that line of sight blockage makes... I'm really curious to see what happens after this patch. I'm looking forward to that.
I've only watched one. I saw one Twitter video or TikTok or something that showed kind of what it is, and it seems interesting. It's I think the hallways have a little bit of junk where you gotta kind of zigzag left and right, which I kind of like. But yeah, I'm a big Midwich. Actually, okay. I'm an avid Vecna lover, and I know chat's probably gonna be going off and disgusted by that. But I love Vecna. I got Vecna a handful of times on Midwich last night. It is a disgusting Vecna map. I two-tap people on that map so often because I hit the skeletons like going any elevation changes. I mean, I don't know, on Champions of the Fog, do we play Vecna? What map do we play Vecna on? Do we play it on Dead Dog?
It can be any. Killers are not map locked.
Oh, okay. Well, I know some leagues will put them on Vecna. Put them on Dead Dog. anything with elevation changes, and Vecna is disgusting and hilarious and so satisfying. So, yeah, I'm a Midwich fan myself. Oh, what the?
Oh
We're Scooby
no!
doing.
Oh no!
We're
Freddy!
Looney Tunesing. Oh,
Freddy,
no.
I think you might need a new set of headphones, buddy.
Good grief. Finesse wins the moral victory of getting bled out, so.
True, true.
That is so interesting with the bleed out again, so it literally came down.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading back in for trial number 3. It is going to be Bombom cracking out the pig. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of expected corrupt intervention just to mess with the survivors, but no corrupt. How do you feel about that?
I support it. I gotta tell you. Okay, so, you know, Chad is learning all about Outcast Andrew, the DVD player. I love stealth games. Stealth killers are so much fun. Pig, Ghostface, Wraith, love them all, okay? So, obviously, it's a little bit different when you're playing in pubs, but in comp, when everything kind of slows down a little bit at the beginning, you want eyes. You never want to be doing anything without running into a generator. You never want to be just ho-hum sitting on a generator without having knowledge, having someone have eyes on a stealth killer. So corrupt is sometimes not necessary. Now, that being said, they do have eyes on Pig right now. Ooh. And now they're going to be cranking away at those gens. So all the gens across the map can be working on. I want to hear your take, though. The build is Ruin, which they've just identified because Claudette just ran by it. Ruin, Pain Res, Sloppy, and... Sorry, Jolt, Surge, right? I
want to say it's Jolt, and they changed it. I forget actually which one. Out of all the ones that they changed from the Stranger Things chapter, I think this is the one that gets me the most, but first hit is coming in here, and looks like they're going to opt to use the Sloppy and just leave the... No, they're actually going to stick around trying to mess with the Survivor a little bit by switching the Terror Radius up, but... No, they're going to continue chase. There's the Ruin, though, as it was, you know, Claudia was able to call it out. I will say, I don't exactly know how you call out the clock on this map.
Oh, it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. First of all, I just want to go back 2 seconds. I like what Gallo did there. Claudette ran into a couch. Who put this couch here? It's a classroom. Anyways.
True.
Claudette did run into the couch, and so we're going to see our first down here as the first generator comes in. Unfortunately, the gen comes in right before that hat goes on Jinxie's head, but that's okay because the second gen pops and the hat's going to come in there. So the way you call out clock on this is the exits are 12 and 6, and if I remember right, the classroom... Okay, so we're hooked at 6 right now. I believe we're hooked at 6. Now, obviously, people can do it differently. The problem is, wait, 6, 7, 8.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how confusing is it?
Oh, it sucks. As much as I know it, I'm sitting here thinking about it, and you don't have time to go, I'm at, not 1, 2, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Also, there was a survivor up here, and so I think they actually know the Pig's standing up here.
Potentially. Anyways, regardless, I don't like, going back to the build, I don't like Surge. I feel like it doesn't give you enough value, especially with the advent of the 8 maximum regression events.
Oh, yeah.
Surge is only 8%.
Yeah, no, Surge and Eruption both took pretty heavy nerfs with the new gen regression events being a thing. Also, I didn't even see the Survivor and they got chased again, so lucky break not being so lucky for Dino here. His first down coming in for them.
I thought I saw someone get in that locker earlier. Am I wrong?
I'm wrong. Think so?
I didn't saw something weird. It might have been Dino. When we didn't see him get chased again, it might have been Dino. I don't know. I thought I saw something out of the corner of my eye. Anyways.
The other thing that makes me is really unfortunate is even in spectator mode on the Survivor, we can't see what their current progress is on that. So we have no idea how long they have before their head pops. But Survivor's just cranking away at these gens. They don't care.
It's very clearly beep, beep, beep out of beep, 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 beep. So that's how far along it is.
That's how. Good conclusion.
I think at this point... yeah, I think you let Jinxie do their thing, and you crank gens. I think that is the plan. We do have another chase on Finesse here. I started saying this earlier, and then Claudette went down. Both in that first chase, both of the corner god pallets got taken. There are still some strong pallets on the map. All these pallets here, this is a very strong area. But both of the god pallets at the stairs got taken down. So that was really, really good looking towards resources being used and moving towards... Oh,
the whiff was strong.
And a miss.
And Jinxie finally does get their hat off.
Jinxie lives a little longer. We do get a tag on Finesse. And again, with the Sloppy Butcher, opting for Sloppy Butcher this time, we are going to see resets come in a little slower. Jinxie's is going to be well worn off by now, the Sloppy Butcher, so we won't have to worry about that. Oh, I don't like that. You could have got that tag. Well, never mind. What do I know? Get the down anyway.
Pig is really good at making a lot of these unsafe, and oh my goodness, Dino already got their hat off, so that was probably one. And then Jinxie's, I think, was 3 searches, so there's still a 2 and a 4 for these hats, so could still see a potential head pop depending on where these gens are at. But the slowdown has been immense. The Pig has gotten so much slowdown value because, you know, Claudette, for most of their time in this game, has not been on a gen. She has been trying to get that hat off of her or in chase.
It's a really interesting... So, Pain Res definitely works really well with Pig because...
Oh, sure.
The way Gallo has been playing this, and I don't necessarily agree or disagree with it, but we've been splitting hooks here. We're playing very respectfully. We have 3 fresh hooks on 3 different survivors. But the nice thing about Pig is every time you get a fresh hook, instead of tunneling out Claudette with the hat on her head already, every single hook has then led to a reverse bear trap, which has led to more time off of generators. And just playing a nice slow game here. We're going to get a tag on Maria. This pallet not the safest, and this could be fresh hook number 4, I believe. I think she's the one that hasn't been noted yet.
I think you are correct. Worth noting too is leaving them going for ace, and they're creating a little bit of chaos as, you know, Maria last was the one to call him out, and then all of a sudden dropping down onto these 2 survivors. Getting stuck, though, won't matter. They will be able to get a tag regardless. Almost spinning the killer for a second.
Finesse's movements are really interesting. There's been a couple times when he's denied a hit or delayed a hit just based on that. Probably going to get a call out here to get some good head start on the run here. I believe we're chasing Dino and Jinxie here, so the 2 healthy survivors, I believe.
Yep, so they're causing quite a bit of chaos among the survivor ranks at the moment, keeping them off gens for as much as possible. And Finesse, without a timer, is going to have a little bit of a luxury time getting their hat off.
What do you do here if you're Finesse? Do you try and get your hat off, knowing maybe that Dino did end up doing a one? So for those of you who don't know, if all 4 hats get put on their heads, the team as a group have to search 12 different jigsaw boxes in order to get them off. If somebody gets it off in 1, it makes it very likely someone will then have to take 4 tries to get it off. Not very likely. It has to be that someone takes 4 tries, which then can lead to you dying. We also see in the add-ons, we do have the tampered timer, which reduces the amount of time once your hat is active. You have 20 seconds less on your timer. Down comes in on Finesse, and it does.
That's a good slug
value.
Yeah, that's a good slug right there. Yeah. Leave them down, chase another survivor away. If they get picked up, they have to get their hat off anyway. Here comes the ambush, and they actually win the 50-50, but they miss it!
Oh,
that's so
huge!
rough.
Do we make this vault? Okay, all right. If you make that vault, that's huge.
Also, I will say, I think Surge does get a little bit better value on this one, just because it's essentially a slightly better kick. You get 3% instead of the 5%, and you don't have to waste the time going over and kicking that gen, get it regressing. You just get to go. And that's what they've been doing. They've been, hitting and going. And there is the hat becoming active. Possibly a pain res coming in on Maria. Yep, that is a pain res. And now Finesse has to get the hat off of their head. And I don't know how many boxes they've searched. You'd think it would be maybe 1, but... Going and searching the box at the top.
I will say, as a Surge naysayer, obviously this map is built for it.
Yes,
for sure. It's a very small map, right? Surge is based on proximity to the to where the down comes in. So
yeah, 32
therefore,
meters.
32 meters. If you are 32 meters from every generator on the map, every generator is going to get value.
True.
Good pallet stun by Nino there. Just prolonging the chase a little bit longer. We do have 2 active bear traps right now, so things are getting a little bit hairy for the survivors. They do only have one generator left. So you got to imagine Jinxie is going to be cranking away on a generator while Dino's in chase and the other two are trying to get their hat off. They could also, they've both been hooked once, so I can't imagine they would just resign themselves to death. But they could potentially crank the gen and have one of them crank the gen and let one of them die. I just don't think that's the best move, but it's something you could be doing.
That's a fair point. And so to go back to I think that was the last pain res potentially. So going back to your Surge comment, I think the only reason I would agree is because I think Surge should be terror radius based, which I know for some killers makes it really bad, but I personally prefer it because that means like, you know, Doctor or some other crazy thing like distressing. You can make it be the map from Surge.
Wesker, yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
This is totally unrelated to the exciting match we have going on right now. Does anybody understand the thought process behind Wesker having the biggest default terror radius for no particular reason? Finesse is in trouble. That is beep, 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 out of dead. So.
Oh, but they actually sneak up and get the down on Maria.
Finesse is dead.
Yeah, they realize Finesse is dead, so they're just gonna work on the generator. Because they also have a hook coming in for Maria. This is really bad. This turns really bad for the survivors really suddenly. That's crazy.
I don't know why in my head I thought Claudette was going to teabag the body. I know. This is comp. This is serious. We're obviously not going to do that, but my brain instantly goes like, I would teabag my friend.
That is super unfortunate. And honestly, it might have been that they realized after 2 searches, it's like, no, I'm the 4 search person. Oh, and vaulting into the killer. They get the unhook on Maria, but Maria's got to search boxes ASAP. She's only got... Now we actually get to see the timer portions. That's going to be 30 seconds. I think this one should be their second search, so they should be able to get their hat off.
You're also using creative gears, which makes the searches take longer. So the combination between the two, 20 seconds less on your timer and longer searches are interesting.
No!
The hat does not come off! Maria's dead. Maria's dead. Dino's injured, and we have Jinxie on hook. This game is over.
Oh, you know why? Because what's his face? Finesse didn't finish searching the other boxes, so it didn't count it.
Yeah. Does it work that way? Does it work that way?
I think it does.
Like it doesn't assign a number to you the moment you get hatted or whatnot, right?
I thought it. Maybe it does.
I don't know how it works.
Someone that knows the pig hat logic needs to explain how we got 2 head pops in this game.
I agree. The other question I have, and this is unrelated to this because it's banned, but Jigsaw Sketch adds an extra hat. Does that make it 15 searches? Like, I don't know. These are things I've asked the question before, and no one's given me a good answer. I think it, like, if you were to have 5, so you have four hats with an average of 3 searches each, right? For 12. Does it make it 15 if you have 5 hats? I don't know how that works.
I am unsure as well. I would have to go into the look on that. But
anyway, sorry, asking the weird questions.
No, these are good questions. I actually wish that I knew. Again, the hat logic has been changed several times, and they've adjusted it over the course of the the pig's existence. So I don't know the most recent version on how that logic works, but apparently this pig must know something's up because I don't think I've ever seen 2 hat pops. I've seen 1 before. Oh, good attempt with the dash, but not able to land it. Again, I think the base kit buffs to Pig's kit, where the combat straps and the grease are really great. But
Jinx has had a little bit of a rough match today. In this pig match, ran into a few things there, caught the corner there, trying to hug that corner, make that kind of weak pallet work as long as possible, and then ends up going down. And now
there's
we're
the scratch marks.
Some scratch marks, but you didn't see. Oh yeah, I did. Okay,
they did.
Sorry.
in the new chapter, or when the new chapter comes out with the Midwich, they might not have seen them.
They didn't see the scratch marks. They saw Dino, right? Like that was eyes on the prize. That wasn't scratch marks. You and I caught that, but it was a little bit unnoticed there by our killer.
Just a little bit, and yeah, this is going to be 4K1 for Gallo. Actually, incredibly impressive match coming in from Bombom. Going for the drop instead of the hook. I guess they're worried they don't know where the other survivor is.
Yeah, I think that right now you know exactly where Dino is, and therefore you have a general radius of where he could crawl to. You don't know where Jinxie is. Jinxie went down in this room here. Let's see if we can't find and hook Jinxie. and then once you hook Jinxie, you can go back and sort of work out from there. Jinxie would have far more time to crawl away. Very interesting looking upstairs though. Hatch spawns on the bottom floor.
Right.
So Gallo is thinking that Jinxie's going big brain play here, hiding upstairs. Maybe they're right. I can't tell.
Possibly. Regardless, they're both Death Hook. So even if they bleed out, it's not going to matter. Honestly, if I was this killer, now that you haven't found the survivor on the ground, as boring as it is, I would just let them both bleed.
But what if Hatch spawns?
Well, that's the thing.
Hatch...
You stay on Dino, wait for Jinxie to bleed out, and once they bleed out, you pick up Hook, and
yeah. Okay,
that's all there is to it. Game over. But
I agree with you. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I would have just again. That's why they probably forced the pick, just to give their survivor a chance of getting a stage out. Again, that would be a 2-point swing. That'd be 4K5 essentially instead of a 4K1. But does not seem to be the case. They can't find Jinxie anywhere.
I always like to think about, but what if something really crazy happened? Dino has been picked up and dropped. So
yes.
If Dino then is, if you were to stand on Dino and Dino was far from a hook, I mean, how far from a hook can you be in this map? But if he was far from a hook, there is an opportunity that he could wiggle and then run and get Hatch. Oh, I heard a crow.
I heard a crow as well, and it's right outside. I think the killer heard it too. Might be below them, or is it on the other side of the wall?
Might be in this room here.
They heard something, and it was like, huh?
They knew. Yeah, they heard it when we heard it.
The other thing is that you don't have to pick them up either. You can just follow Dino. Oh, they were up here.
What? What?
Huh.
Okay.
About to say, yeah, you just let them bleed out, and then if Dino's near the hatch, you go kick the hatch. Otherwise, you just, once, oh, I don't think they heard him to the right.
So I was just gonna say, Spectator, the audio on Spectator is a little louder than it is for the killer, for the game. So that's what I've been told. So we heard that very clearly.
Or that's some comp players coping. I mean,
could be, but I mean, I was not told by a comp player. I was told the person I heard it from was Tofu. So
that just sounds like Tofu cope. I mean,
Tofu cope. Kopu?
Dino?
What is happening?
The hatch is on the other side of this!
No, he's not. Let's be real. He's not going to get it, but he hears it.
They hear the terror radius. Yeah, I think the pig does too.
Yeah, he's going to kick it.
No, they hear him.
Oh, he finds Dino. Okay. That was really exciting for like a quarter second, and then, yeah.
Yep. Not gonna happen, and that will be 4K1 confirmed. No extra stage is slipping through the killer's house. And another near 20-minute game for Bombom's killer. I'm not gonna lie, Bombom's killers have a little bit of a mental focus that I wish I could strive to. That is actually kind of intense. All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for trial number 4. Dino Milan has to 4K1 in order to continue on to the third set. Otherwise, things are going to look pretty dicey. Again, 4K2 would be actually insane if they could win the set, but I would not ask anyone to 4K2 on this map unless you're playing Nurse. In which case, why did you allow Nurse to get picked on this map?
Funny story. I'm talking about Dino Melon is
are you going to tell me that no one's ever outed his pig?
No. Also, I want to point out Dino is running Corrupt Intervention, as we can see. Very interesting. I don't think that's his regular, but I think he might be playing a little bit conservatively because he knows he needs a good result. So I think that. So playing on, I was playing on Tofu. I'm not trying to pimp out another league, but I was playing on Tofu's, and my team got 4K3'd on Pig, and Dino was casting, and I said, no problem. And the conversation turned to, oh, it's okay. Andrew could absolutely 4K5. And Dino said he would pay me $10 if I 4K5. I 4K2'd, but he said he was going to pay me $10 if I 4K5. And for the record, things were looking good for a little while. I just got to throw it out there. Anyway, regardless, we're getting into the match here.
What's not looking good right now is, despite the fact that there's been corrupt intervention, survivors are about to still finish their first gen, despite everything. Ruin still being up. Yeah, look. I don't think Corrupt did really anything for this killer.
I don't like Corrupt on this map. It's too small. It's too easy. It's too threatening to run around. I feel like survivors. I mean, I was going to say they take their time getting on gens, but apparently they didn't. So I agree with you. I don't like corrupt in most stealth matches. You know, exception being maybe Wraith on Dead Dog kind of thing. But head on comes in,
nasty
and
head on
the
and blinds.
flashbang.
So for me, corrupt intervention is a gamble because if you spawn center, then it's not all to one side of the map generally. So the corrupt ends up being like spread out like one on top, two on bottom, and they're on opposite sides, and it really messes with survivors. This was all to one side, so survivors just knew which side to hit. So
that is true.
Pig has to play some serious hit and run strats here, and they are getting. There's 3 survivors injured. Ruin is regressing the jet as we speak, and Adam's a little bit boxed in here. Gonna have to go for the drop. There's no balanced landing, and so that will be a down. Oh my goodness, getting the perfect. I don't know. I guess swirl logic, gravity logic. I don't know what logic, but the one that shot him out under the pallet.
Oh, the fool! He dropped down. He had boil over. He could have been a pest on the top floor. Now, anyways, hook coming in on Adam.
Mean. Don't encourage boil over BM. How dare you?
Not at all. The pain res does come in on the science room that they were doubling there, and so we're getting a little bit of regression there. Plus the passive regression from Ruin was rocking away before that. We did see, I didn't see which survivor, but one of the other generators does have a fair bit of progress, while the other survivors there were healing up. So, I think it's the Fang was cranking away injured. Am I correct?
Fang and the Cheryl were actually getting reset, and I believe it was Nia working on the gen. Worth noting, seconds. Do you take second stage here? I guess you could try to play this traditionally and just force the tunnel out. Actually, given this hook position, they absolutely can camp this a second stage. You have to send 2 people to get this unhook.
Yeah, you can't because you can body block this so easily.
Yeah.
Yep, whichever side you come from, you can body block this. Now, okay, so this is the scary. Does he leave? Oh, I hate this. I hate when they. Okay,
oh,
it worked
second
out.
Stage.
Oh, I heard running in my left.
Unhooked? Yeah.
Yeah, like it was. If someone's hiding in that corner, I mean, maybe he thought he could see down the hallway. I thought I heard footsteps on my left ear there, but I guess maybe I was wrong. Like in the courtyard. Ruin is broken, and we're gonna get the unhook right now. This is the funny thing about Pig. So I didn't like last game where they weren't where they were spreading hooks around, but it worked out for them.
Yes.
And got the 4K. You hook somebody with a hat on. And, I mean, if you manage to camp this out the whole way, then that hat did nothing for you.
That's true. It's the option, but no, you're absolutely right. Though I guess you also robbed the survivors of information of what number that hat was. I guess you don't know either. But now, it's going to be two gens remaining, and a survivor's gone. And if you can really work that hit and run strats, I guess it all depends. No, Cheryl doesn't have near as much progress. Nia's still working on this gen.
There.
That might be interesting. This, I don't know if you can still 4K2 with this kind of pressure, but you've definitely got something mountain here. One survivor's injured, now 2.
So the hit, the camp out, yeah, you don't get the hat progress and whatnot, but someone's dead. Someone's dead. It's a 3v1 in a stealth game. There's a lot of resources on the map. That's one thing to say. There are a lot of pallets left.
True.
They're dying looking around.
But I say this isn't a safe pallet. The one down here might be safer, but against Pig, like you can drop this, but now you just get the dash.
Yeah, well,
they're gonna go for
so
dash?
the dash is stronger with the pallet up. So that's gonna be a dash.
Oh, they get the hit over the pallet though. This gen is close. If they can get a pain res. Oh, but they're going for the hat first. If this is a pain res hook, they can stop this gen.
This is very, very close. Very, very close. The hat is good, though. The hat basically puts Gallo... nope, not going to come in. Oh, so close. Wait, what? Do they want to eat? What's happening?
Okay, so it does hit the other gen, which was good progress, but it's center.
I thought they were doubling that one.
No, that was one person. So they are
Okay.
ready to pop the last gen potentially. So the pressure's definitely on here. But they see the survivor at the end of the hallway. They just keep checking this generator though, make sure it's not getting progressed. And it is being worked on, so Nia will be chased away. Hat will be activated now on Gallo. Pressure's on, so it's tied right now. One more gen and Bombom takes the win.
Okay, So a lot going on here. Sloppy Butcher's in play. Everybody's injured. Gallo. Well, okay. Here's the interesting thing. Gallo can go crank a gen. Gallo doesn't have to live.
They don't have
Gallo
to get
does
that
not
hat
have
off.
to live.
That's
No,
a
they just have
good
to-
point.
Right? They win when they get the gen done. So Gallo could literally, like, if this situation was different, you have to get your hat off so you don't die. Dying is not a prerequisite of winning. Or living is not a prerequisite of winning in this situation.
That's a good point. Though it does look like, I think they are actually going for these hat traps.
I think it's probably the safer play, obviously. But if you had her, I mean, because everyone's injured too. They're resetting. This gen's going to regress. We're gonna be probably looking at a 3v1 with one gen left, with all the gens down to basically nothing, because we're going to be resetting and taking the hat off, and we're going to be resetting from there. So.
It's a fair point. Hat still not off. Reset slowly coming through despite Sloppy. But they run right into the pig!
That's the thing with them healing. By the way, I don't know how much, you said you didn't really know the call out, the map call outs on this map. The safest places, I learned this from Dino. The safest places to heal on this map are 12 and 6, which is to say top floor of the exits, basically, is the safest place because you have the most vision everywhere you go. So you saw them healing. Did I say the exit? Most vision.
Right. You have the most vision, and you also have the most exits. So like it's like
exits,
yeah,
yes.
it's just a lot of opportune points there. That's a very good point. Mm-hmm. But now second hook secured. Courtyard. Yeah, and their hat they've searched at least one. I don't know how far their bar has progressed, but sure, you're right. They can crank a gen and die, but them dying is still not optimal here for the survivors. Like, this is actually pretty rough, all things considered.
Well, and the scary thing was, again, they were healing. The two Fang and Nia were healing in a safe spot. That left 0 eyes looking for Pig versus the injured, hat beeping Cheryl. Mm-hmm. Right? Cheryl had no help. Cheryl was all on her own. No help was given. And, swings through the pallet! I love that play! Let's go, Dino! Sorry.
Playing into the ping a little bit, and it worked out. There's another trap. And now the question is Fang... Okay, they're 30% on gen, but this could be a pain res. Sorry, I thought they dropped the survivor.
That hat was an entire waste of time.
Maybe, that hat was an entire waste of time. Got their hat off. Oh, yeah, no, that's absolutely fair. Yeah, that's fair. If they lose...
Like, again...
Yeah.
To live, yes, but living is not a requirement. Not anymore, hat, yeah, that hat was 2 seconds that Dino didn't need to waste. But that's okay. Dino swung through the pallet. I love psychos that swing through pallets. Go ahead, greet the pallet. I dare you. I love that.
And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it could even potentially be considered a misplay if the game goes on long enough, because now, if they go down under a pallet, you can't vacuum them out of it. Ooh, but they get the drop on Cheryl here. That's going to be huge because this is dead.
Yeah, if Cheryl dies, this game is probably over. What's the play here? You got to kick this door out, Dino.
I'll say, yeah, you got to kick the door, but I think this results in a down. I don't think there's anything that you can play here.
No live, no exhaustion whatsoever. And the medium vault comes in. I think, okay, Dino feels pretty confident that middle gen will not be done yet. It is getting close.
It is getting close.
Cheryl's gonna die. He's gonna come kick this generator, I assume. Feng is working upstairs. The upstairs-downstairs dynamic is making it a little bit sketchy, but Feng gets off the generator. Both of them injured. No eyes on Killer. It's a scary time to be a survivor.
Actually, looking at it, there's no upstairs gen.
Sorry, was this downstairs?
They're all three downstairs. That's why the pig's able to hold on to it so well at the moment.
I genuinely thought that was exactly where it was, but upstairs. I don't know why my head went there. So.
Yeah, this is gonna be really tough. It might be one of those scenarios where they need to find a spot to reset, and then very, very, very slowly start working these gens down. As, I mean, I think the pig has kicked the center one at least 4, maybe 5 times, so the regression event status should start kicking in. Oh no, but they catch Fang off guard, trying to probably set up at this location, and down they go.
I do not like this pick.
I
don't like that pick at all.
They may be worried about a potential pain res. Or worried about making sure they get a pain res here potentially.
Okay, fair. I don't like that because Nia can hide out. I mean, she's injured, so it's not like she's quiet or anything, but she can hide out.
Right.
And if they get Hatch, then Bombom is going to take the set and the match.
True,
so,
that does give the risk for that.
I think in this situation, you do not camp this whatsoever. You go and find Nia. You cannot give. You have 1 minute, guaranteed. They can't try and Kobe and kill themselves.
Right.
You have to find Nia. Otherwise, they're coming down to RNGesus, and nobody wants that.
True. And yeah, starting to scat out looking for the survivor. It would also be, if it wasn't for the fact this hook is dead center of all the gens, you might even consider trying to go and work on a generator, but yeah, no, I would imagine, like, if I was this survivor, I'd be hiding in basement, personally. Bathrooms also a good spot.
Bathrooms, yeah. Is Iron Will banned?
I believe it is not, actually. Actually, who has the Iron Will?
The end of the minute now. Now we're on a 2 skill check timer, and then it's going to come to, oh, I hate this.
Right, it's about 20 seconds. 1 second stage is hit, it's 20 seconds to die, I believe.
I hate this.
I think Nia has Iron Will. I think Nia actually has Iron Will. Iron Will's not banned.
I hate this so much because it's going to come down. I thought I heard her. No. This is going to come down to who finds Hatch, and I hate that.
She does!
Oh! Get out of here! Oh, I hate that.
She didn't even have Iron Will either. It was the Cheryl that had Iron Will.